Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. So I've been hearing a lot of people talking about Lamelo Ball again. Like, it sounds like this kid might end up being like a top pick in the draft. And I don't know, man. Like, the biggest memory I have of Lamelo Ball is that clip of his, which I think is like the first one that went viral of him, when he pointed at like the half court sign and then shot from there and made it. That was a few years ago now, but that was still pretty cool, man. But I'm literally hearing people say that this kid developed to be such a good player that he might actually be better than his brother Lamelo Ball, which is absolutely crazy to think about. But we are going to watch this video by MJ2K All Day titled, How Good is Lamelo Ball? Actually, he is going to update us just on where he's at these days and stuff. And before we get going on this, I do want to know what, from you guys in the comment section below. When I say the word mellow, do you now think of Lamelo Ball, or do you think of Carmelo Anthony? Guys, let me know in the comment section below. Also, while you're down there, if you don't mind dropping a like, would be greatly appreciated. Here we go, guys. Let's check this out.
What have you learned from watching all this?
All right, facts. I just learned whenever you go out there, just play your hardest, you know, show what you can show, do your best, and then
do your best and forget your rest.
Lamelo Ball has always been
do your best and
in the
forget the rest.
since
Forget
his
your rest.
freshman year of high school. And now he's finally out of high school. All 6'7" of him. The question is,
6'7". He might even grow even taller, man. He might be like
actually?
6'9" now.
What is up, dudes, dudettes,
He might get to be
players?
6'9".
It's your boy MJ. We all remember the 15-year-old taking over the nation. The kid that was supposed to go UCLA. That was supposed to be one of the best in his class. And he still is.
It's so weird because like Lonzo took like the traditional path.
He went overseas.
And Lamelo,
he
you know,
played in the
went
JVA.
this direction.
He just played his first game for the Australian Illawarra Hawks, and he fouled out. But it was just a preseason game, and he came off the bench to score 12 points.
Well, there you go.
With some mock drafts putting Lamelo as a top 10 pick, while other drafts having him as a
Could you imagine? Oh my God. Could you literally imagine Lamelo Ball on the same team as Trae Young? Bro, that would literally, oh my God. You know what? I'm actually all for it. That would be exciting. Oh my God. Yo, do it. Come on, please just draft Lamelo Ball, Hawks. Be the most funnest thing ever. Funnest is not a word, but it is now.
Second rounder, there's a lot of inconsistency in assessing Lamelo Ball. Lonzo recently said that Lamelo was the most talented out of all the Ball brothers. So let's take a look at his game and just what he offers. Drop a like for how many half-court shots Lamelo takes per game. 5,613.
Well, you got 14,000 likes.
I finally edited the 24-hour NBA 2K20 stream, and it's up on the second channel. It's all the highlights, memes, glitches, and sleep deprivation you could ever want. And to the 80% that watch my videos that still aren't subscribed, Lamelo is 18, so I'm just trying to get the percent subscribed to 19. So please subscribe. Lamelo Ball is somewhat of a mystery due to his circumstances. He started off in high school on an undefeated season in his freshman year with both of his older brothers, Lonzo and Leandro.
Well, he was like a third option.
We all saw how he was special for his age. He could keep up with the juniors and seniors of high school basketball. He wasn't dominating, but then again, he was the third scoring option and he was undersized. Yeah, Lamelo was 5'10".
That was, oh man, I was just a freshman. He was just a freshman. That was an ugly ass jump shot though, man, bro.
For his ability.
Why all the Ball brothers got ugly ass jump shots? No, the one dude, what Jello or Popsicle, whatever his name is, his is actually pretty nice. Lonzo's got that little hinky thing he always does.
To put up buckets from anywhere, his dazzling handles, and the quick pace that all the Ball brothers played with. His sophomore year was when he really exploded.
Yeah, they run the
Without
2-second
Lonzo,
offense.
Lamelo was given the keys to the team, so we could really see what Lamelo could do, and man, did he not disappoint. He scored 92 points in a game, even though he cherry-picked a lot of them.
That's all good.
A
bucket's a bucket.
Why you bullying me?
Play some damn defense.
He even did this.
Favorite moment. That's my favorite moment.
He grew to 6'2", and Lamelo was pulling from everywhere, but there were concerns. There were times where he was too trigger happy, like in the state semifinal.
What he reminds me of is like his style. He definitely gives me that J.R. Smith, Nick Young, Lance Stevenson vibe to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys know that type of player, right? Where it's just like, okay, yeah, one game he's going to go off and just make like 10 straight threes, and then the next game he'll go like 1 for 12, and you'll just be like questioning your sanity about why he's on your team. And then the next game he's dropped another, 8 3-pointers. So he just kind of gives me that vibe.
Finals when he shot 8 of 33 and missed 23s in a loss, and those threes weren't good shots. We also saw some playmaking and obviously the handles, but Lamelo wasn't a true point guard yet. His decision making wasn't elite. It was more for him to score or
but damn, he's playing against like future salesmen.
The main question was whether Melo
playing against freaking car dealership people, bro.
Basketball.
It's like,
I mean, from the outside, we all saw this kid goofing around.
Once he played against NBA players,
15, so
real college players.
Lamelo was the most famous 15-year-old in the nation. His Instagram had over 1 million
besides
followers.
For Lil Tay.
There was so much hype.
Oh, she was a 15.
Probably going to his head. That's the impression most people have of Lamelo. And then comes LeVar Ball.
Something is wrong with you!
Yes!
LeVar pulled out Lamelo from high school and put him overseas in Lithuania with LiAngelo. Lamelo shot 26% from the field and 25%.
Okay, well, for be honest, man, you sent anybody over to freaking Lithuania to, play some basketball, like, I'd be nervous as hell, man. Like, damn, when I was like 15 or 16 and I was in high school, I was worried about getting freaking rejected by the 17th girl I asked to prom. So, yeah, he had more pressing situations than that, playing ball over there.
From 3 in 8 games, and it was just weird. A different
it's actually 27,
country,
not 17.
There were obviously a lot of adjustments, more than just the basketball side of things. After Lithuania, Lamelo was put into the JBA, the league LeVar made for players who want to get paid after high school before going to the NBA. And Lamelo averaged 39.6 points, 14.6 rebounds, and 11.5 assists.
Drove a Cavalier with silver.
That's
called the Silver Surfer.
Okay, whatever. Great competition.
Sorry.
And his maturity levels were still low throughout all of this.
You can't be slapping dudes like that! Oh my god, bro! Show me that. Damn, that was the biggest bitch slap I ever seen.
And his maturity levels were still low.
Throughout all of this, we know
that Lamelo can shoot and that he's got flashy handles, but we just hadn't seen Lamelo in a more normal setting. Chino Hills was super fast paced where he could jack up all the shots he wanted. Lithuania was slower paced, but also in Lithuania with grown men. The JBA was for 8 games and it was more of a spectacle. So that's why his last season in
JBA is pretty much
was just
let's make the perfect league for Lamelo to make himself look good.
Was a legit high school program with top of the line training facilities with a good coaching staff. Lamelo could compete with his peers with the right competition that could be properly assessed. It's not some grown men or not in some ridiculously fast-paced team or in a new league. Lamelo had to actually play in some normal parameters. Now at this point, Lamelo has also grown to 6'6", and yeah, he took some deep threes.
He's gonna get even taller.
Yeah, he still had those razzle-dazzle handles, but there was something different. There was calmness. The chaotic play of before had somewhat disappeared. He was more in control. His handles aren't just flashy anymore, they were slow and more deliberate, something that LeBron and Harden like to do. There are times where he is patient in finding an opening rather than just rushing into it, and he took shots in rhythm. He was capable of assessing the whole defense and deciding what was the right thing to do.
He got smarter and more mature,
look off the defender before shooting. With his now 6'7" height, it's almost impossible to block him at that point guard spot. His jump shot is also a quick release. He has his set shot from a catch and shoot position, but he also has slight variations depending on whether the defense is tight, he's leaning, from hesitation, just different scenarios. He is able to shoot from any position and make any shot, but even I have to admit, this is something that I think could translate to the NBA, but something I'm not counting on. He's streaky, not consistent. While he can make any shot, that doesn't mean he does it all the time. Surprisingly, that's not the best part of Lamelo's game. It's his vision and floor general abilities. Lamelo has always made flashy passes in the fast break, but now it happens in the fast break and in a half-court setting. There are just plays where he finds his teammates out of nowhere.
What if he just becomes the next Magic Johnson?
Deep, he also drives the rim frequently. At his height of 6'6" and lanky arms, you have to respect the Inspire Institute. But then Lamelo would do these nice drop passes to a roller. He finds teammates in their stride for their timing in the right pocket for them to shoot easily. He sees people in his peripheral and draws defenses in to create something for his teammates. He creates the opportunity and then acts upon the opportunity.
He needs to play the big-ass center. That's what he needs.
Passer. Even when LaMelo gets the ball, he immediately looks up and makes a decision. And that's what makes him special.
You know where I'm seeing a perfect role for LaMelo Ball? Backup point guard on the Houston Rockets. Like, he would fit in so well with that Houston Rockets squad. Can you imagine being mentored by, like, James Harden and Russell Westbrook? You know, gonna play like Clint Capella, and you got the corner three-pointers like PJ Tucker on the team, man. That seems like the perfect fit. Like, you got Austin Rivers right now. It's like, you might, like, go LaMelo Ball. Champions. I mean, maybe. Not because of LaMelo.
Because he's reading and reacting. And
maybe because of LaMelo.
Mean,
give him the credits.
Also doing this.
That's all right. If you can do what you can do. I'd be doing that shit too if I could.
And he's a point guard. He would be the third tallest point guard in the league today behind Ben Simmons and Isaac Bonga. The GOAT! We've seen how playmaking at that height is such an advantage because you can see over most guards. He isn't overly strong and doesn't go into the post, which is something that
he would still get bullied by your typical NBA body.
Post, something LeBron really likes to do. Melo isn't super strong and he doesn't have some crazy vertical either, but
he's also only
crafty
18,
and shifty.
19?
There are reports that LaMelo has put on 15 pounds, so he really is getting stronger, possibly for post play. He was posting up a bit in a Drew League, so hey,
look at them handles, maybe. Bro. My God,
his handles are very tight, and he really does have the ball on a string. He loves to hesitate into a shot or use that to have the player step up slightly to blow by them. On top of that, he's one of the more creative finishers in high school. For a guy with not a lot of airtime, he does a lot.
I love that little scoopy windmill layup he does.
Control despite moving the ball in different directions while in the air. A lot of times he's deciding where to pass or shoot.
Plays like a 2K20 mob player.
Defense and then making the right play. It's why his layups look so majestic, because he's smoothly moving the ball in the air and possibly faking out a few defenders in the process. He's also really good at in-between shots. I guess you could call them floaters, where he double clutches it right before he gets deep into the paint. He's not afraid of contact and he can finish through that contact. He's played with grown men, not NBA, but still pros, and so he can definitely take some physical play. Now, LaMelo's defense seems non-existent.
Well, there you go. Great with James Harden.
From what we've seen,
being great with James Harden.
This is typical for high school students, and so usually you get to see that in college. In Lithuania, LaMelo's defense was just...
It's crazy, because if you, like, literally combined LaMelo with Lonzo, you would have, like, the perfect NBA player. Like, Lonzo has the defense, LaMelo has the offense. They're both actually really good playmakers, but I think Lonzo probably is better in that department, but still.
Average, but he really doesn't seem to get at it. That remains to be seen. LaMelo's mental state also seems to be better. He's not the same cocky player he once was.
Yeah, we all were at that
celebrates,
age.
But there's
we all were
more
at that
of
age,
a
let's be
maturity
honest.
on the court. He is putting in more work in the gym, he's getting more serious on the court and off the court. He's no longer this. We still have to keep looking out for that though. So how good is LaMelo Ball? LaMelo has size that you can't teach for a point guard, special vision, deep range, and a good finishing ability. He definitely is worthy of a top 10 pick. Anytime you can get a 6'7" floor general that can shoot, that's someone you can't pass up on. If he dominates overseas, I gotta think that he'll be a top 5 pick. The NBA has seen the likes of Luka Doncic just take the league by storm, and so the value of international play has gone up. LaMelo isn't in the EuroLeague, but still there is some value to playing overseas and playing professionally. Look past the early 15-year-old Melo to the now 18-year-old LaMelo, and it's easy to see that LaMelo Ball is special. But what do you think? Will LaMelo be a top 10 pick?
Top 10 pick? I don't think he'll be a top 10 pick. And it's not so much because of him. It's just because at this point, NBA teams know what they're getting themselves into. You don't just get a ball brother, bro. You also get the ball father, LeVar Ball. And I do think that was, especially teams are looking like rebuild and have those top 10 picks, they might be wary of that distraction. So they might want to go with something a bit more safe. Now, with that being said, you could end up seeing a steal in the draft. If he goes to a team that he ends up falling to and they don't care about LeVar, they just keep him away, kind of like what the Lakers ended up doing. It could be a really good pickup for them, man. But yeah, you guys give me your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Do you think LaMelo Ball is going to be good in the NBA? Do you think he's going to get to the NBA? Or do you think he's just like too gimmicky? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.